All right, so some of the current events. I'm gonna do a fucking offload of basically some shit that's going on. I think a lot of people they're talking about it. Obviously, you've probably seen the news on the giant Trump rally that came busting through fucking Portland. I don't really care for politics, but it's pretty fucking cool to see. Just these giant geeky fucking trucks just, goddamn, fucking vote for Trump, yeah. Look at these big old trucks. But it's cool because, you see people flying American flags instead of burning them, which, that's a big fucking issue for me. It shows that patriotic sense that, people, we gonna be out here, man. We're gonna be out here. The reason this is such a sticky and crazy situation is we've been so polarized that on the right, the perception on the right is the same as that's on the left. The left think they're being true Americans by fighting against the governmental evil bullshit, and then the right's doing the same thing. That's why this is so fucking difficult. I mean, both sides are in these echo chambers believing what is right, fighting for the causes that they believe are right. And I mean, you can't get any more wild than that. I mean, you just can't. And at least where I lie probably center right. If you were to put me on the fucking spectrum, maybe a little more conservative. I kind of have some views ranging all across the spectrum from liberal to Republican. But then when you start getting into extreme territories, far right, far left, that's when, that's a no-brainer. You can fuck off with all of that shit. But typically, I lean way more towards Trump shit for sure. Definitely going to be voting for Trump. Even if people voted for third party, I'm on board with that. I'd have to look into, was it Joe Jorgenstein, or I don't even know how to pronounce her name. Libertarian, you could probably go that route. Anything, I think all that we've seen is the Democrats have become corrupt, and if they were ever not corrupt. Who knows how this election's going to go, but if you cannot see what's so scary about all of this is, luckily, this, I mean, I should have shown more footage of the fights and everything, but I kind of wanted to show the patriotic side. There's a lot of, I get into the crazier things that's kind of happened, but what you're seeing is there's going to be retaliation. The retaliation is, man, I mean, like the Trump rally, people are coming through, pepper spraying, paintballing people, which I thought was fucking hilarious. It was hilarious. Just paintballing some commie fucks. I'm so fucking funny. But the problem with that is that I don't believe that the correct solution is to fight the fire with fire. I believe that we need to instill law and order, right? So obviously people can protest and go against each other, sure. But when you start retaliating, it's gonna get bad. The right will retaliate, the left will retaliate, and it'll escalate into the crazier. I personally think we're in a civil war and we don't know it. I mean, it'll escalate it to levels that nobody will be able to control. So as long as the right can hang on, I think, and maintain respect, despite how disrespectful and radicalized people are on the left, and how fucking absurd and authoritarian these people are. I think that's the way to win it. I think that's the way to get it back down, is to instill the trust within the officers and with the law, and then with the left. Because I'm telling you that's I don't see a good solution with the Trumpians fucking retaliating back. But then you also have to say how far. I mean, you're essentially playing the same game as them. They've came to the point where they're like, well, how far do we go until we have a revolution? Because everything they're getting told, they're fucking lied to, and they're in echo chambers on Twitter, and the woke media has a monopoly, across all the boards, fishing in, baiting them into this bullshit. But then, it's a very, very tricky game of when you would want to revolt, because if you look to other countries, I mean, they looking at us like we're fucking absurd, like China. I mean, people literally go disappearing in China. I mean, they track you on everything. Like, they literally, if they have any kind of political polarization with other countries, foreigners, shop owners will put signs out, and if it's the Japanese, they'll say, no Japanese are allowed in my store because fuck you, basically. If you're Indian and they're having issues with Indian fucking politics, I mean, that's just how it goes over there. And so, them looking at us, we're like, what are you guys freaking out about? Jesus Christ, So, basically, I think that's the best move, but the problem that's with that is it'll feel like the right is standing by, not letting anything happen, which I think there's things that you can do. But the trust between the fucking the woke soy boy community and cops need to get remended together, and I don't know how it's gonna happen, but this is gonna get, if it keeps escalating, it's gonna get even worse, and that literally leads on to the next segment, right? On one dude was killed Saturday in Portland after the Trump rally came through, and so he was insane. The guy was blasted for being a Trump supporter, and I was gonna put the video up with it, but I didn't see. I mean, the video was so sketch that you couldn't figure it out, and so it wasn't a good enough video for you to even speak on. But 4chan found out who the guy was. I think he has some charges. He had a gun charge. I mean, whatever. He's a piece of shit guy. Whatever. I don't care about that. But in the video, you can hear him say, was like, where they at? Where they at? They're like, I don't know. I'm paraphrasing how the video went. You can Google it. But as it seems, what they're reporting is that the dude got fucking blasted for being a Trump supporter, which now you're getting into, I mean, what is that? That's obviously you're a bigot. You're intolerant of somebody's views, which, you can keep talking shit. You can talk shit all you want. I'm all on board for free speech. You can say whatever you want. I do not care. But now you're blasting. People are getting blasted. This has also been going on, but not necessarily killed for being a Trump supporter. I don't see any reports of people who support the Democrats or Biden or anything like that getting blasted or fucked up. Maybe it's not reported, but I would assume the left would report that. I assume they would take any amount of fuckery going on and play it against the field. Man, who knows where this is going to lead, because people are going to want to retaliate, as I was saying, and that is not going to be a good face. So, I think this is going to get far worse than we imagined, and it's going to continue to, it's going to continue to get out of hand. I don't know. I just don't know. It's getting a little bonkers. And so that leads on to the next segment. This is, this is kind of the rhetoric that gets spewed at some of these things. They fuck, man. They're basically declaring a war, and it's not gonna get. It's not gonna look pretty. Here's the video.
I'm at the point where I'm ready to put these police in the fucking grave. I'm at the point where I want to burn the fucking White House down. I want to take it to the senators I want to take it to the Congress. I want to take the fight to them. And at the end of the day, if they ain't gonna hear us, we burn them the fuck down. I'm one that talk real shit. I talk it in New York, and I talk it in DC. The same way I fuck police up in New York, I fuck cops up here in DC. The same way I bust police in the head in New York, I bust police in the head in DC. Now, it's a lot of people, and I'm gonna be honest, it's a lot of people that's on this front line. And one of the things that I always say, don't get on this fucking front line if you ain't gonna fucking fight. Don't get on this front line if you ain't gonna take no hit. Don't get on this front line when the police fucking push up, you push back. If you're gonna be on this front line and them racist ass, nasty ass, punk ass, fucking police is
there you have it. The reason this is so difficult is because they believe they're in the right for basically declaring war against. If any other type of group that came out as an organization said they were coming for the White House, I don't know what the fuck you make of that. That leads on to the the next part of the clip where they basically bombard was it Ron Paul at the fucking RNC. So they're chanting for Breonna Taylor, which the no-knock warrants are. I don't know actually a whole bunch about it, but they do seem a little fucking nuts. But what's crazy about this is, from my understanding, he created legislation to take that out, to take out the no-knock warrants. So they're coming after these Republicans and coming after him when he was leaving the RNC. He literally changed the legislation for it. He changed it. Because it was fucked up, right? I don't know. Once again, it's out of my territory, but that's a little bit hypocritical, I would say. This is going to get a lot worse before it gets better, and we'll see where it's going to end up. Basically, I hope it dies down. I hope we can the people can come together. I hope it's just hypocrisy everywhere. It's misinformation everywhere. It is, it's narrative warfare. That's what we're playing. It's narrative warfare. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll be uploading most likely every day. So, thank you.